It's a symbol with multiple meanings. That's the difficulty of it. It means hate to me, it means heritage to me. The fact that it did not get furled up and put away in 1865 means that it remained alive, and symbols that are alive continue to accrue new meanings.
The Confederate battle flag. To some, it's a symbol of Southern pride. To others, it's a symbol of hate. Dylan Roof, who is suspected of killing 9 African Americans in a historic black church in Charleston, South Carolina, proudly displayed the Confederate battle flag on his car. The shooting rampage has ignited a larger debate that has been raging in the pockets of the South for years about where the flag should be flown, including outside of the South Carolina State House.
But where we see that symbol lifted up as an inspiration for hate, as an inspiration for violence, that symbol has to come down. That symbol must be removed from our state capitol.
It's also playing out on a highway outside Richmond, Virginia, which was the capital of the Confederacy.
We don't need such a symbol flying in our faces every single day, lining our public highways, due to the different views that everyone holds.
Kristen Kanate began a petition online to stop the display of the Confederate battle flag off I-95 between Washington, D.C. and Richmond. She got more than 24,000 signatures, but because the flag was put up on private property by a group called the Virginia Flaggers, it's a legal display.
I believe that it is a First Amendment right, but there is a line that needs to be drawn, and I think that one needs to be more prudent when it comes to something as inflammatory and provocative as this symbol is.
When people see that, we want them to know that Virginia had honorable veterans who defended her. I mean, it's my American right to do it, and if they don't want to honor American veterans, that's their problem, it's not ours.
So how is one flag seen as both honorable and a symbol of hate? Here's some background. The battle flag was one of the symbols of the South during and after the Civil War, though it was not the official flag of the Confederacy. After the South lost the war with the North, the flag was first used during memorials for the fallen soldiers.
We honor our veterans. That's what we do. We don't criticize them because of government policies that they may or may not have lost the war.
In the 20th century, the flag became a symbol of Southern pride and identity. But it still had underlying racial symbolism because the South had supported slavery. That came to the forefront during the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s.
What symbol do white Southerners reach for to indicate their disapproval but the Confederate battle flag?
The battle flag was a common sight at civil rights events. The KKK even adopted it as their symbol.
And it was used as a badge of intimidation, a badge of fear, a badge of white superiority, and a badge of death and destruction. Many African American people remember whenever you saw Confederates and white mobs coming after black folk, usually they had a Confederate flag.
And today, when a gunman who embraces the flag attacks the black community, it forces the nation to more clearly understand the history and symbolism of the flag, and how it should be used in public spaces. The morning after the Charlestown shooting, the Supreme Court ruled that Texas can refuse people's request to put the battle flag on their license plates.
If those who want to convince others that it's a symbol of heritage, not hate, the best way is to limit its use to ways that no one can mistake it.
Whether that view is accepted by people like the flaggers out on Interstate 95 or in places like the State House in South Carolina is still an open question.